Wow, so which way is it going to work today, guys and gals? Let's see here. Let's see. Okay, there's that. And good morning. And we're still trying to figure out this damn camera thing. Because it's telling me to rotate it one way, and then I do, and it tells me to rotate it another way. So we're going to see here. So there I am, up and down. And let's see here. In a second, I'm going to rotate it horizontal. So we're going to go on. We're going to rotate it back again. And see if we finally figured out how to make it work. We'll see here. Let's get us even so Tony don't have a stroke this morning. Look at that. We have finally got it working right. So apparently you have to start it off vertical and then rotate it horizontal. It's not like my old device where I could start off horizontal. So I think we finally got it figured out now. I think we finally got this method figured out. Good morning, Jan. Good morning, Tony. Hope you guys are doing good this morning. Hope it's a little clearer where you're at. It was supposed to rain for just a couple hours during the night last night. And, well, needless to say, it's still raining. It stopped for about 45 minutes at about 3:30 this morning, and then fired right back up again. And it's been a deluge. That's going to be my word for the day, deluge. I can't figure this thing is still crooked. Is it crooked or am I crooked? I don't know. I don't care. So how the hell is everybody? How was your weekend? Power's out, dude. I'll tell you what. I was yesterday morning before work. I was sitting here watching the stuff coming out of Oklahoma, and I caught it again this morning, and they're talking like 38, 40,000 people without power, multiple tornadoes. I didn't hear anything about fatalities, though. I mean, dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens of houses destroyed, roofs ripped off entire neighborhoods. But it's actually been, it was surprising. It was very, very, very surprising. Yeah, it's been raining. It's been raining, well, quite literally up a storm. We've actually had lightning this morning and no thunder. Weird. I've heard of thunder and no lightning, but never in my life, 56 years have I seen a storm that had lightning and no thunder. Just glad I took the trash down to the curbside last night instead of waiting until this morning. It says we got 4 people in the chat already. I got Tony and Jan up there chatting away. Lady C, good morning, dear. Hope you're doing well. Good to have you. Wind's picking up and clouds moving in. They're on the fence whether we'll get rain. Go figure. What do you do? It's all just an educated guess. That's all it is. Did you did you get any of those storms, Lady C? yesterday down your way? Well, there's a partial answer to that question. I was actually just talking about the fact of watching it yesterday morning before work, and all the people without power, the houses, the entire neighborhoods that just had roofs sheared off the top of the houses. So yeah. I mean, we have twisters here, but I mean, they're more like whirlwinds compared to what I remember from down in Texas when I was there. But yeah, it's terrible. My heart goes out to each and every one of those families down there. I mean, they have rescue workers going into neighborhoods and stuff, and people who don't have phone service or whatever. These rescue workers are radioing home base and saying, hey, we need you to contact these people here and have them come and pick their family up. These houses are not livable right now. So it's really cool that they're working with the people like that, and they're trying to get them all out of the dangerous environments and stuff. I've been blessed that the tornado stuff didn't hit my town, but it's all around my area. Wow. Well, see, that's how we've been the last couple of times we've had tornadic activity here in Michigan. It's been either 15 miles south of us or 25 miles north of us. Our sirens have gone off a few times this year, but nothing. You don't even see a twirl in the clouds. So yeah, these things just, I guess they're just avoiding this town for some reason. Like the plague or something. I don't know. Well, tomorrow's the big day, guys and gals. It is Erection Day. Um, I only call it Erection Day because everybody's being a big dick about it. I don't know. I don't know what the outcome is. I was looking yesterday to see what the polls were like, um, and as of yesterday, um, it was pretty much a neck and neck thing. So I don't know. Yeah, Lady C, I can't wait for it to be over with either. Every day I go to the mailbox, and it is like presidential election flyers, local election flyers, um, constantly. No, hardly ever any mail. If it don't have to do with right to vote or election or this or that or something else, we don't get mail. I can't wait for it to be over with. We'll just have to see what the outcome is tomorrow night. I don't recall any tornadoes here this season. We have had twice up here this year that the siren's gone off, or that we have got a tornado warning through our phone or something. But yeah, nothing right here in this general vicinity. It's like, well, and it was just here a few months ago that the stepson and his fiance and the grandbaby were driving between here and Elkhart, Indiana. A 20-minute drive, and they seen a tornado as they were driving through the country. They seen one moving away from them to the east, across the fields. I mean, he said there was all kinds of debris and limbs and corn torn up and stuff like that as this thing moved across the field. But if they would have been 5 minutes earlier going down that road, they probably would have got a much closer look at it. But this thing was way off. My phone was nonstop yesterday with severe weather notifications. Huh. Wow. Mine's done it too. This last storm, big storm we had, I think I got um, severe thunderstorm warning, severe thunderstorm warning extended, tornado warning, tornado warning, tornado warning, um, all in a matter of about 3 hours. So we got a lot of rain, a lot of thunder, and a lot of lightning, and that's about it. Yeah, we got some wind, I guess. So, like I said, hope you guys had a great Halloween. Hope you had an amazing weekend. Um, I was actually going to go out and blow the leaves today, and now I got to do it tomorrow after I get home from work. Um, the old crappy leaf blower we've got don't like really heavy wet leaves. So plus I got to get the Halloween decorations in and stuff like that. And um, like take cover, stay inside, get to the center of your house, basically take cover. Yeah. Unless you live in a modular home like we do, which is just basically a modified trailer. And we all know that um, tornadoes, trailers make tornadoes horny. So, not to mention there is no inner area of your home. Both of our bathrooms are against an outside wall. Living room, our bedroom is an outside wall. Then you walk through our doorway, and there's the living room that's an outside wall. The studio is a corner wall. It's got two outside walls. Daughter's bedroom's got two outside walls. We're screwed. We're better off just going out and laying in the yard and hoping for the best. Now it's time to start thinking of Thanksgiving. I live in an apartment building. Oh, wow. Yeah, it's kind of hard to think about Thanksgiving, though, when you go to the stores or you get on TV or something and you're seeing Christmas stuff. I I remember, when stores used to have like the little window hanging the little paper, heavy cardboard uh, turkeys and stuff like that to hang in your windows, and little table decorations and table runners and stuff like that. Hell, they don't even do Thanksgiving anymore. They go straight. I mean, our dollar stores 2 days before Halloween were already putting out. They were compressing the Halloween stuff and already putting out Christmas stuff. See, that's how I am. I am just waiting to be able to get up Thanksgiving morning. Well, for us, it'll be the day after Thanksgiving because Thanksgiving falls on a Thursday and the wife has to work on Thursday. Friday, I'll get up, I'll do the turkey. She'll get up a little bit, or she'll get up and she'll do a green bean casserole and the sweet taters and stuff like that. And my dining room has been decorated for Thanksgiving for almost a month. I wish we had Thanksgiving decorations. I love to do like little table centerpieces and stuff like that. And then I get out my folding tables and I put them in the living room or whatever for the family to eat around and stuff like that. And don't have anything. We don't even have tablecloths to be able to decorate the damn tables. Power company says it should have the power fixed by 8:30. Yeah, I agree with Jan. Fingers crossed, man. There's a lot of people out your way and further west and southwest that are without power right now. So hopefully they'll get your power back on here real soon. Yeah, I remember when I was little, my mom had all these little. They weren't cardboard. They were that really heavy, I guess, thin cardboard stuff that you undone the little twist on, and it opened up and had the paper tail fan and stuff. Then you hooked it back together on the feet. You set it on your table and had like little cardboard pilgrim hats and cornucopias and things like. You don't see none of that stuff no more. As long as there is good food and my kids and extended family, I'm good. When Jay got the fall decorations out, I got my stuff out. I have my mom's little ceramic pilgrims and ceramic turkey cookie jar on the table. My son's 13th birthday is coming up November 18th. Wow. Just about 1,200 homes affected there. Wow. And see, I didn't hear anything about storms in Illinois. So I had no clue, or I would have already been contacting you to make sure you guys were okay. But I haven't heard anything about bad weather in Illinois. It's all they're talking about on all the weather services is Oklahoma. Then my birthday is too far behind on December 3rd. Very cool. Good morning, Sarah. Hope you're doing well this morning, love. Oh, of course, next week we were supposed to leave on our vacation to Tennessee for a week, 5 days, something like that. Um, Doing my grocery delivery part time. Oh, cool. Very cool. It's nice little extra divots of money in your pocket. But yeah, we were supposed to take the trip. We were supposed to leave, um, if I remember correctly, the evening of the 11th. And, due to the daughter and um, her being discovered with type 1 diabetes and all the days the wife had to run her back and forth to here or there or here or someplace else for doctor's tests and stuff like that, it kind of ate away all the time off she had. So yeah, there won't be a vacation again this year. Haven't been on vacation in 40 43 years. I don't know why I should start now. I started selling Pampered Chef to make a little extra money. Good idea. Who just dinged my phone? wasn't the wife. She still don't have Messenger because of all the nasty. Wow. Y'all remember Kaz from Wales? That's got a message from her. Not going. I'm trying to get on the channel on YouTube, but it's not letting me. I'm on the side. Oh, wow. Well, hi, Kaz. Sorry you can't get up and chat. Um, yeah, Pampered Chef is some good stuff. I wouldn't mind having a good selection of Pampered Chefs. That we have some like the crock serving baking dishes and stuff like that, and then we have some Pampered Chef little Corning um, storage containers and stuff like that were given to us. But yeah, I wouldn't mind having like a full Pampered Chef set to use on special occasions and stuff like that. Something a little prettier than mix and match. But I can be a girl about some things. I mean, I like organization. I like uniformity. This coffee sucks. The wife's aunt had 2 bags of coffee beans, and she brought them both over. Said, "Here, this will save you for a couple weeks having to go out and buy coffee," because she knew what happened with the mortgage company. That's always a nice one. The mortgage company. That's a great little horror story right there. They nailed the mortgage payment a week early than what we have it set up. It was supposed to actually come out this Wednesday, and they took it out last Wednesday, which of course threw us into a negative balance again. And then they announced that we had to make arrangements on the missed payment. And the wife and I kind of looked at each other and said, "What missed payment? We've never missed a payment." Well, the very first month after Grandma passed away, they didn't take out a payment. So we sent the payment in. They didn't count it. So they're trying to say we didn't pay because the money hadn't been transferred, because the bank combined, since my wife was on Grandma's account, the bank combined the 2 accounts. And yeah, we had to make the payment ourselves, and they're trying to say no payment was made. So even though we have bank records that prove it was made, we just made it ourselves instead of them taking it out automatically. So we're trying to figure out where we're not only going to come up with $670, but we're going to have to come up with $1,340, so they don't try to foreclose on our house. Let me see here. Don't have to be female to enjoy it. That's what it's a joke. That's what my dad. But anyway, getting back to the coffee thing, getting off the heavy and getting more to the humorous. The wife's aunt that was in the pop up out in the front yard for a couple months with her husband when they moved back from Pennsylvania this summer. They got their apartment. They moved in, and she got a hold of the wife, and she said, "Hey, I've got 2 bags of coffee beans here. We don't drink a lot of coffee, so you guys can have these coffee beans for Drew." And the wife brought them home, and she started grinding them up in the grinder to put in my can. And come to find out that one of them was a light roast, and one of them was um, uh, decaffeinated. So I'm drinking somewhere between brown water and no flavor. But hey, it's coffee, and it's half caffeinated, just lightly, like someone with high blood pressure sprinkling salt on a hamburger, lightly. I think I could put a fish in this and see it swimming around the bottom of the cup. Um, Let me refresh this down here. Bird. A bird flies the wrong way and farts, and we lose the internet around here. So, go figure. We must have had a farting bird or some dumb shit. Let me see here. I agree with you, Sarah. I absolutely positively love uh, caramel vanilla anything. If you have paper proof and can present it, they can't foreclose. I'm glad I'm done with the mortgage thing. Oh, there's paper proof, but they don't want to accept anything because, 20 some odd years ago, 20, no, 18 years ago, I guess, Grandma set up automatic withdrawal. And because they didn't withdraw and we had to send it, then they don't want to accept that. So, because it's not in their records. I'm glad I'm done with the mortgage crap. Well, I figure in another 40 years, when I can retire, then we might be done with it too. If I live another 40 years, stressing about what they're going to do every month. Um, it's really kind of funny. I was sitting there talking about the coffee, and like I said, Kaz is in the chat, but she couldn't get up and actually, or Kaz is watching the video, but she can't get in the chat. She sent me a message on Messenger that said instant is best. It's what my mom drinks. My dad drinks coffee from a coffee pot. My mom drinks nothing but instant. So, I sit and stress about the fact that I run out of coffee here, but my mom and dad pay twice as much for coffee, getting coffee pot coffee and instant coffee. So, I mean, go figure. Well, we were up to 12 people. We had that little thing go on there with the Wi-Fi going out. Now we're down to 7. Hopefully they'll see that we're back on or come back looking again. And because it even disconnected the chat, so I had no way to even type, hold on, guys, internet problem. So, I don't know. Good morning, David. Hope you're doing well this morning, sir. I don't know what happened, guys, with the channel. The other night, I was looking on our studio, and we were setting at 1,900 and like 1,909 subscribers to the channel. I went back and looked Saturday night. 1,960 people. I went back and looked this morning, 1,966. So, for some reason, we are blowing up, and I can't figure out why. Well, I mean, I can because we're awesome. But we are well on the way to becoming the go-to place for history and its mysteries. Oh, Lord, this is so much better. What, a keyboard, heat, power. Oh, shit, Tony got his power back on, guys. Yay. And a screen I can actually read. I had fun doing the 31 days of Halloween, but I always do. I mean, it's not like we don't normally do the weird and unusual and stuff like that. But the 31 days of Halloween gives me a chance to get very weird and unusual. I like weird and unusual. I just wish we could have got out and done more investigations. I heard from Danny last week, and well, actually, Danny and Crystal showed up here on Wednesday. Um, and it just so happened to be the fact that, that's the morning that I leave here at 3:30 in the morning. So,
Come on. I gotta get gas.
oh crap.
Bye.
Have a good day.
Yeah.
Stay dry.
I float. I'll be alright.
You float. But yeah, they came in last Wednesday and actually woke me up because normally, I go in at 4 a.m. I get off, sometime between 10 and 11 when the crew comes in to start doing lunch. And I come back home, I go back to sleep for a couple hours. I wasn't even asleep 40 minutes, and my daughter comes in and wakes me up and tells me somebody's here. And I go out there, and it's Danny and Crystal ready to go and do a daytime investigation. I looked like and all boogered up, and it was just going to take me too long to get ready to roll. So I told them to hold off. I said the best time to get me is, Sunday, Monday, or Tuesday, because I got Sunday and Tuesday as short days, and I'm off on Monday. So I think they're supposed to come back today or tomorrow and possibly go do an old abandoned school that they found here in the area. Oh, by the way, the mortgage company is sending me $100 refund. You overpaid? And they're honest about it? I like your mortgage company. That's like getting free tires for the truck. Very true. I overpaid our mortgage payment. They'd just keep it. They wouldn't say anything. It's awful nice of them. I don't know the reasoning. besides the escrow account. Well, it says now that our temperatures are going to plummet. You know, I went to work the other morning. I got up the other morning and I came in here, got my coffee going, turned on the computer, and it said it was 30 degrees. I ran out to the back door. I figured I was going to fling that door open and see snow flurries all over the deck. All I saw was cold kittens. So I took them out some water, took them out some food, so you know they don't follow me down the road and get hit when I leave for work. Never did snow. We still haven't seen snow. We normally, for the 9 years that I have lived here in Michigan, we have always had snow on Halloween night, be it flurries or whatever, you know, but we've always had snow by Halloween. This year, nope. Huh. We're still seeming to have problems with the internet. It looks like says chat was disconnected, successfully connected. Rain, rain, go away. Elvis, what is up, man? Hope you're doing well, bud. Just saw a video this morning, Elvis, about your old private jet. How, you know, dude bought it and he turned it into an SUV kind of deal, and they chased him out of Graceland both times he showed up down there. He showed up with it still as a jet plane right after he bought it at the auction, and then turned around here just not more than a couple weeks ago and actually got it on the road and running like a brand new SUV, and drove down there, and they were going to let him on the grounds, and some dude in a white pickup for the second time came up and told him to get that thing off the land. So you may need to talk to somebody on the down low, but you may need to talk to somebody. I mean, don't get me wrong, they did hack it up. I mean, it looks kind of cool, but you know, I've never been on a private jet, so I don't know how well they. But I guess that thing sat out in the desert for 20 years or something like that before it ever went to auction. So the poor thing was gonna just rot. It was gonna be like a FEMA trailer sitting out in the desert, you know, after Hurricane Katrina, just gonna rot away out there. And somebody found it, took it to auction, and wound up selling that thing. They had to do something. I mean, the tail was missing on it, and you know, it was in bad shape. And well, you turn it into an SUV, you don't got to deal with the FFA. What else was I going to talk about this morning? I had 3 or 4 things I was going to talk about this morning. Not going to talk about the election. Already talked about Oklahoma. Talked about the mortgage company. Can't think of it. Oh well. Never managed to do the trick or do the Halloween thing, guys, because of the mortgage company and their shenanigans. We didn't have the money to go out and get Halloween candy for the trick or treaters, and it's really sad because I put all that work into getting the front yard decorated and stuff like that, and designing the perfect, truly frightening costume to scare the bejesus out of those little kids and their parents. So next year, trying to do YouTube text on my phone sucks huge weenies. Yeah, I've tried that with people. Like, if the wife's playing cards or she's out cooking dinner or something, I'll be in the bedroom on my phone trying to type on people's live streams, and it don't work very well. Especially, when you only have one eye. Um, that makes it even harder. But yeah, if I see an interesting stream and I'm getting good conversation and stuff like that, I'll run back here in the studio and I'll get on the computer and do it. Um, I didn't see a single trick or treater on Halloween. Well, I couldn't see you, so that might be a plus. Yes. But we had a bunch. Oh my God. When I realized that we weren't going to make it out to the dollar store, even though, Dollar General was actually doing their two bags of two big bags of candy for $10 instead of $7 a piece. They were selling them for $5 a piece. Um, but as soon as I found out we couldn't do it, I went and shut off the porch lights, and I bet I seen 200 kids come walking by this house. We were sitting there in the living room. The couch is up against the front window, so I was watching out the window, and we had a buttload of kids. But, like I said, next year, we always have the old woman over here across the street. Her and her church folks get together and they do hot dogs and warm cider and hot cocoa and candy and stuff like that for the trick or treaters. So, we always got her to count on to drag everybody into this area to go trick or treating. But yeah, I kind of agree, Tony. It was probably better off that you wasn't able to see me because it was so small. Yeah, see, our town is so small that a lot of the kids start off out at Diamond Lake, Camp Richie Folk, um, and they'll go around, and that's where a lot of the county officials and our city officials and law enforcement officers and teachers and stuff like that live out there. Not to mention the folks that what we call Lakers that come in for 3 or 4 or 5 months out of the year. They usually leave anywhere between the end of September and the beginning of November. But the kids all go out there. There's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of kids out there walking up, knocking on just about every house. Um, but after they get done out there, then they start coming back here into the outer reaches of the neighborhoods. And like I said, the old former teacher across the street, they always have hot cider and cocoa and hot dogs and candy and everything else, caramel apples. Um, But with it being, 67 degrees that night, how many kids are eating or drinking hot cider and cocoa and stuff like that? But everybody was going by and grabbing hot dogs. Well, I have to make the text as large as possible. Yeah, just to the east of mine is the affluent section of town. Well, one of. I'm just really bummed out that, the wife gets paid today, I get paid on Wednesday. We got to combine those two checks and pay as much on the house as we can, which is going to keep us in the negative. But I can't even go get the 50 and 75% off Halloween candy now. That perturbs me. I always go and get my Reese cups and my white Reese pumpkins and Reese bats and Reese everything's right after Halloween. This is going to be a Reese-less year, and I'm going to be a sumbuck. I might even get grumpy. Oh, let's see here. 61 degrees, light rain. Light rain, my fuzzy butt. Can you guys hear it coming down? There's nothing light about it. Yeah, we've only got the one affluent part of town out there around the lake. 61, clouds and wind. Let me look at the big D here. I'm going to see what's coming your way, girlie. Good morning, Clarissa. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well this morning. Let's see what's happening here. What in the hell happened to my Doppler? This sucker zoomed out to half the country. Well, you've got some stuff coming your way, Jan, but it looks like, yeah, yep, it was moving directly east, but it looks like it's going to hit Richmond and stuff like that instead of down your way now. What's, let me see here. There's Vincennes. There's Illinois. Got all that beautiful stuff right there going right up from southwest to northeast Illinois and coming my direction. So it's going to be a pretty interesting day, I think. Get this thing centered back like I like it. Like I like it. Hey, Ty. Good morning, bud. Yeah, but that whole line is drifting to the southeast. There's some pretty big stuff coming up from the southwest, though. I'm doing okay today. That's good, Clarissa. Hopefully you're staying dry. I was very, very thankful that I didn't have to go to work today and walk in this to work for, however long, soaking, sopping wet, and then turn around and walk back home in it again. So, you know, thankful for little miracles, I guess. 39 degrees and cloudy here in Connecticut, but supposed to go up into the 50s today and back in the 70s tomorrow. Wow. I thought we were supposed to get warmer too, but it keeps splashing across the bottom of the computer that temperatures are going to plummet. So I got no clue. Brent and I both have today off, but both work tomorrow separate shifts. Well, I mean, God forbid they wouldn't let you guys save on gas money. Let you ride in together and go home at the same time. That's why I can't work at the casino where I could actually make enough money to matter, because they won't let. There's no way the wife and I can work the same shift because the kitchen shifts don't have the same as floor shifts. So give up the $11 an hour job for a $17 an hour job. I work at Wine and Spirits. She works at the grocery store. You work with Wine and Spirits, huh? Floor shifts make me think of a 4-speed. My store closes an hour before hers. Wow, interesting. Well, at least you guys both have the day off today. I mean, that's something to be thankful for. Get them kids ushered off to school. You and her put your comfies back on, crawl back in bed with a remote in one hand and a cigarette in the other. And you too, Jan. Have a good day, dear. Take care of yourself, and we'll holler at you later. Oh, it is. I never got a notification for that. Tell her I said happy birthday. But I never got a notification for her birthday. What is she now? Like 27? House payment is due today. She's 35. I would have never guessed it. I still can't get over that light rain thing. Happy 35th birthday, Brenda. Even though nobody told me happy birthday on the 8th of October, I'm not I'm not I'm not the least bit hurt over that. I'm old enough to be her slightly good-looking older brother. Only, what, 21 years older than she is. All kinds of beeps and tweaks around this place today. Well, hopefully everybody's got. I had most of my kids by the time I was 21. Had all of mine by 21. I had my three boys by 21, and until I turned 47, until I turned 47, I never thought of having another kid. And then, I married the wife and got the midget, and never realized how much fun it was to raise a girl. Can you detect the sarcasm in my voice? I am aware. Well, at least, mine was what, 8, 7 when the wife and I met. So I came in right at the beginning of that fun time. When they become much less a little girl and become more like their mother. The fun time. When you're trying to decide how many locks you can legally put on the outside of their bedroom door. and where it goes from, protecting your child to entrapping. I chose center fire rifles. Well, I mean, I feel I feel like Captain Ahab in my my little whaling slip out on the ocean, hunting for Moby Dick. Except I'm floating on a sea of estrogen, and Moby Dick is the symbol for the unstable, um, far-flinging emotional beast that rises out of that ocean and tries to bite off your other leg. So, oh, goodness gracious sakes. Luckily, your daughters got into your guns, and like to shoot and things like that. And now you've moved on to the next generation with the grandkids, getting guns for them to learn how to shoot. And you guys had something in common that you could share together. I told mine, since she only goes to school on Tuesdays and Fridays now, because she's in that advanced class. I told her earlier, I'd be done with the stream about 10 o'clock. I can't go out and get the yard done, get the leaves blown and stuff today. We'd find something good to watch together on TV. And right off the bat, she started talking about this brand new anime that she really wants to watch. I've got to digress in age and my likes and everything. Me neither. Me neither. I mean, there was some stuff on back in the '80s and early '90s that would have qualified as American anime. Um, it don't look like the stuff does today, but I don't even know where to go with it now. It just don't make any sense to me. Bunch of teenagers running around with fox ears and tails and doing magic and uh, at least back when I was younger, it was um, what Thunderbirds and um, Castlevania, stuff like that actually had a storyline to it. Now it's just weird. Speed Racer, that was another one. Yep. Battle of the Planets, Battleship Yamamoto, um, things like that. But yeah, I don't know now. I can't follow the stuff. Hell, even My Little Ponies have changed. Back when they came out originally in the early '90s, it was kind of cute, kind of fun to watch sometimes because of their little adventures. Now it's just weird. Oh, goodness sakes. Just over an hour has passed. We have got, what, about 52 minutes left. Man, I am. This rain just has me in a mood today. I was so looking forward to going out and blowing my leaves, getting them all out to the curb so they could all be sucked up when the city came around and stuff. Now I gotta let them dry for the next couple days so I can go out there on my rough day Wednesday and try to get the yard done before the wife gets home. So, you know. Oh man, I put mine out last night. I filled that can up and took that stuff out last night. There's no way. I don't like going out there at, 5 o'clock in the morning taking my trash to the curb. If I waited till this morning to take my trash out, I'd probably miss the trash guy. He comes at like 7 o'clock in the damn morning. It's probably why he goes around misses so many trash cans is because he's falling asleep behind the wheel. Good morning, Santee. Hope you're doing well this morning, sir. Well, besides this deluge going on outside that they're calling light rain, I'm doing great. I'm off today. Apparently don't got to go outside and blow leaves. So I get to stay dry. Oh, no, that's a good question. What I'm looking at right now is brown, but it's already on the ground, so it don't count. But it's brown with gold and red and green and yellow floating in it. So oh goodness. Goodness, 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 goodness. Good video Saturday, Santee. I got to watch that. I got to watch that yesterday since I was at work when it came out. Oh, I know, dude. I'm sitting there and I'm watching the video, and I'm thinking, holy crap! I've been making Dirty Dan stew for years, and didn't even realize what it was. Matter of fact, it's going to be cool and rainy all day here. I might make a pot of Dirty Dan stew for dinner tonight. I have to go out later and run errands and get food and coffee and go to the bank. Well, hopefully it's not raining there later today, David. I don't think any of this is coming your way. It looks like it's coming from, out of Oklahoma and everything, and shooting up through Illinois and hitting the extreme northwest of Indiana, southwest Michigan, going up by Detroit, and then moving up into Ontario. So it doesn't look like anything from this storm is coming your way. I was just looking at the Doppler a little bit ago to see if anything was heading towards JJ, and it's not. So, oh, it is good stuff. Oh my God, it's good. Um, Got to get some coffee. Be right back. I just finished mine. I've been drinking coffee since 1:30 this morning. This damn time change messed me up yesterday. Y'all want a good laugh? That's a good laugh. I woke up at 1:38 yesterday morning. And I thought, well, my alarm is going to go off in about 22 minutes. I might as well go ahead and get up. I came in here, got the coffee pot set up, got me a pot of coffee, took a couple sips, lit me a cigar, turned on the computer, and the computer said 108. Now, how did I wake up at 138, do all that stuff, turn on my computer, and it was 108? Because time changed at 2 a.m. So technically it was the 1 a.m. hour for 2 hours. So then I got mad because I realized I could have stayed in bed for another hour and a half and not dealt with the time change. I got to figure out how I'm going to get some good coffee. But I wound up waking up at 1:30 this morning and came in here and made that hodgepodge Frankenstein frickin' half light blend and half decaffeinated coffee. And yeah, now I've drank a pot and a half of coffee and got to make a run to the bathroom every 15 minutes to keep from, yeah. Yeah, time change messed me up. I still had one clock I didn't set back. And that's the one I look at first when I woke up. I did the same damn thing, only it was 2:45. Yeah, but the sad thing is, I could have stayed in bed that extra hour and a half where I knew I wouldn't really get back to sleep between 1:38 and 2 a.m. So I went on and got up knowing my alarm was going to go off at 2 a.m. And then the time changed at 2 o'clock and completely went back to 1 o'clock again. So, and now I'm stuck on this 1:30 BS. So I woke up right about 1:38, 1:40, something like that this morning. And it's like, I am so screwed. I am literally so screwed now because I am stuck getting up at a certain time. And I still go to bed at that certain time of an evening. And I am so screwed. So, oh, who was that? Wonder if that was Kaz again. Let's see. I got banned from chat. I wonder how, Randy. I will, after this is over with this morning, I will go in to the control panel and I will look and see if I can find your name in there. And if I can, I will unblock that. I don't know how you got banned. That's weird. %, chance of rain all day. Yippee-ki-yo, mutter futter. I woke up at 2:07 when the fan shut off. See, that's how the wife is. She has that bloody fan in our window running 365 days a year, and if and she has a TV on where you can barely hear it just for the noise while she sleeps. If we lose power and that fan and the TV shut off, she's awake that quick. Huh. Somehow we managed to go not live. Wonder how that is. There's like a 2 minute gap right there. Ah, goodness gracious sakes. Think when this is over with, I'll go try to find some stew beef or something somewhere in the freezer. Get that out. I know we got taters, we got celery, we got garlic, we got onions. I'm gonna make some dirty Dan stew today. Of course, the other night I made a huge chicken pot pie in one of the cake pans with the bottom crust and the top. Do you pre-bake the crust? No, actually, I do not pre-bake the crust. I I put the bottom crust in, fill it up with everything, put the top crust on it, put the slits in it. I usually put about six slits on a 9 by 12, and it turns out just like a banquet chicken pot pie. The crust is not too hard. It's completely cooked. Amazing, amazing. Her aunt, when her aunt and uncle found out that I made homemade chicken pot pie, they snagged it up. And of course, in turn, they sent over a big container of beef and noodles. That was good. That was real good. And then Saturday night I made a homemade chicken bacon ranch pizza for me and the wife. Finally chopped some peppers and green onions and mushrooms and threw that on there with some bacon and some chicken. And oh my God, we wiped that pizza out, just her and I. And it wasn't no little pizza, y'all. I mean, it was a pizza. And we wiped that puppy out. That sucker was good. But, I enjoy cooking. My daughter, Saturday, or Saturday? Yeah, Saturday. Saturday was our granddaughter's second birthday. So, you know, my daughter made the birthday cakes and stuff for the party. We had it out here at the library in one of their large conference rooms. Had probably 25 people there, and everybody loved the cake. But she got real smart about it as she was coloring the icing and everything, um, which it was going to be pink for our granddaughter. She decided to go ahead and dump the remaining color she had into the cake batter and just lightly stirred it so it had a pink white marbleization going all through the cake. And everybody just loved it. She decorated the top of it with the baby's name, all in multicolored sprinkles and everything. And folks were going nuts over that cake, trying to figure out her recipe. She wouldn't tell anybody her recipe. That was cute. I started pre-baking crust on pumpkin pies. If I remember correctly, my grandma used to pre-bake her crust, but only for just a few minutes to get them to set up. Um, I never have, but I believe if I remember correctly, she did, and they browned up pretty good. So, but it's a difference. I use a homemade dough, and she used a completely different kind of dough. So just like today, um, depending upon what I make, I'll either make pan noodles or, if I decide to go with something like chicken and dumplings or something like that today, um, I'll roll out the dough and make fresh homemade dumplings right on the kitchen table. So, see, the really cool thing about the crust mixture that I use is it normally don't need pre-baked. Now, when I bake bread or something like that, um, I will cook it until it rises and starts to form just that slight hard surface on top of it. And then I'll slit it open about, yay deep, and I'll butter the hell out of it. And then I put foil over the top of it, so it cooks much slower than the inside does because the direct heat is not on the surface. And I can't make enough homemade bread around here. My my wife rips that stuff up. I made probably a 3 pound loaf of bread the other day. I mean, this thing was a huge. It was the size. It was the length of a baguette, but it was a full loaf of bread, and that thing was gone in 2 days. I've never tried my dough on pies. I might come to find out that pre-baking it a little bit is probably a good idea. So, I don't know. We'll just have to see. As a matter of fact, I think I got some pumpkin in the pantry. I might see how much flour I got. Make some pumpkin cookies or something. That'll put the wife in a good mood when she gets home tonight, since I wasn't able to get the leaves taken care of today. Hmm, interesting idea. I pre-bake the crust, then wrap the outer edges with foil so it don't get overly done during the pie's baking. That makes sense. Yeah, I was really surprised how well the chicken pot pie turned out. It was perfect. It soaked up a little bit of the juice on the inside, but the outside was done so good that when you cut it and took your spatula and chunked out a piece of it, it didn't, you didn't lose anything. So, oh yeah, I almost wish I wouldn't have sent the last half of that over to her aunt and uncle because I've been back in the mood for another chicken pot pie. That stuff was good. And I done already ate all of her aunt's beef and noodles. Think I might get stuck with a bologna sandwich today. Probably wouldn't be too awful bad if we had some lettuce in the fridge to go on it, or some mayonnaise, or mustard, or cheese. Chicken and dumplings does sound good, don't it? I might save the Dirty Dan stew for tomorrow and make some chicken and dumplings today. That just sounds good. Oh my God. Lighting that cigar just in. If you guys could have seen me yesterday morning. See, Saturday night I went to bed, and for some reason, I kept scratching my fingers. I was scratching all the way up my lower arms and my fingers, and just trying to dig into them and stuff like that. And I couldn't figure out what was going on. So I took all my rings off and put them on the bedside stand. Woke up yesterday morning. My hands were swollen up, and I had little sores all around where I had scratched myself bloody through the night. I was having an allergic reaction to something and couldn't figure out what because I hadn't got into anything. You know, went to work Saturday morning, came home, went to the grandbaby's birthday, came home, didn't leave the house again. No clue what was going on. But I had scratched myself bloody on just about every finger. Well, there's one of what's left. Got one right there. Got one right there. Got one right there. One right there. Cannot figure out what I was having an allergic reaction to. But these things were literally little smoky links when I woke up yesterday morning. My hands were so swollen up. I almost called off work. But I went home, or I went to work, grabbed some latex gloves, and went to work. Something got me. Don't know what, but something got me. Wound up getting a Benadryl from the wife before I left for work. And it got me. Whatever it was, it saved me. By the time I got off work, the swelling was all gone. No clue. No clue. If you're in the mood for chicken and dumplings, Tony, you ought to make some today. You ought to make some homemade chicken and dumplings. Maybe even make some mashed taters to put them over. I was thinking about making an apple streusel, but I think I'm going to make something pumpkin. I might just make something pumpkin today, just for the giggles of it. If we have any powdered sugar out there to make a drizzle out of. Hmm, got me thinking now. I might make a pumpkin strudel and make some pumpkin cookies today, and then make chicken and dumplings tonight. And then get yelled at for making so much damn food. It's what I do. Man, it'd be nice, I'll tell you what, be able to go get groceries. Our our store here in town started all their sales on Friday, and they go until this coming Friday. Go figure. We're just about out of meat. Got no ground beef. Got no. Um, I think we have one bag of stew beef in the door, and then we got a couple bags of chicken. Uh, but yeah, we're completely out of beef. We're completely out of pork chops. We're completely out of hamburger. We're completely out of everything. So, I don't know. But then again, we have been spending so much lately trying to get the daughter the stuff that she's supposed to eat, that the carb levels are not too high in it. Um, Tell you what, it's nice to have bread around again, so she's not eating, so many slices of bread and coming out and eating during the night again and stuff like that. She's got sugar free this, sugar free that. She can actually eat and keep her blood sugar down. We thought we were going to have to run her to the hospital the other day because she wasn't eating anything. She hadn't eaten yet. And when she woke up that morning, her blood sugar was about 100 and 100, high 140s, which is good. Not great, but it's good. But as the day went on, her sugar kept going up and up and up. And she was doing everything that she was told to do about eating proteins to bring her sugar back down. No matter what she ate, her sugar kept going up, got back up to about 324, and just all of a sudden started dropping. She's got that thing on her arm now, and she it sends notifications every few minutes to the wife's phone and my phone, and it just all of a sudden started going down. About every 6 or 7 minutes, it would say, drop 2 points, drop 5 points, whatever. And she got back down into the mid 100s again and was fine the rest of the day. No clue, no clue what her body was doing, but it was doing something. Good morning, Bud Files. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well this morning. Oh, temperature's dropping. I wouldn't say it's plummeting, but it's dropping. And we're still having a heavy light rain. I'm sitting here I'm sitting here visually watching heavy rainfall, and the computer says it's light rain. This thing could knock a bird out of midair. There ain't nothing light about it. This stuff is coming down like hail. Sounds like we got high wind out there too. Like way up high in the trees. I can hear it roaring through. Then again, with this stuff coming up out of Oklahoma, across Illinois, and coming into, upper Indiana and lower Michigan, it's hard telling what we're going to get. We've got some great videos coming up too, guys. Now that the 31 days of Halloween are over with, we got some good stuff coming up. Let me jump on here real quick. Let's see. What do we got coming up here real soon? Content. Yesterday, of course, was Dark Lies and Secrets, the true Ed and Lorraine Warren story. Halloween night was the All Hallows Eve witching hour walk and a little bit of time there at work. Tomorrow, we have got mad cow disease, how it almost changed the world. And on Thursday, we have got the USS Eldridge, the true story behind that. Next Sunday, I think, is probably my favorite video that I have done since Halloween. Our U.S. president's weird shit history class never taught us. So that's what we got coming up this week. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. Got 7 people watching. Got like 3 or 4 chatting. Of course, there's a couple of them in there that can't chat. We're going to fix that. So I was trying to figure out why. A couple people can't be talking up in the chat. Hmm. Oh, goodness gracious. Yes, yes, yes. I had another itch. I think I need to go take another one of those allergy pills when this is over with. Because once I start talking about itching and fingers and everything swelling up, they start itching again. So it might be a good idea to go take another Benadryl. Brand new year's approaching, guys. Like I said, tomorrow is election day. We are going to find out who's running this country for the next 4 years. I am not looking forward to it. The only thing I am looking forward to is no more damn election flyers in my mail. I just took my breakfast of 15 pills. Well, sadly enough, no insurance. I ran out of pills forever ago, so I no longer have a pharmacy on my bedside stand. Maybe one day. Before whatever's wrong kills me, I'll be able to get insurance back and go back and see a doctor so they can confirm that whatever I got is going to kill me. Hopefully, the daughter remembered to get off her game long enough to go make her waffles with her 2 tablespoons of syrup that she's allowed to have, 2 tablespoons of sugar free syrup that she's allowed to have. Oh man, damn, we only got 10 minutes left. Wow, time flies, etc., etc. Oh, I know it does, Tony. I know it does. I feel so sorry for her because, 16 years old, never had an issue, just all of a sudden turned 16 and boom. The week before you turn 16 years old, you find out you're a type 1 diabetic and you got to change everything. You got to change how much you eat, when you eat, you got to stick to a schedule. You got to change everything that you snack on. You got to I mean it's not to mention, remembering to stick yourself, to test your blood sugar, trying to follow the chart and figure out how much insulin to give yourself. At least now she's got the thing in her arm where it's constantly reading her blood sugar. So she don't have to worry about finger pricking herself and stuff as much. It's just, I feel sorry for the kid. I mean, her whole life is going to be different from now on. Multiple times a day was stick her finger. Then she had to wake up at 2 o'clock in the morning and stick her finger. She had to be up at 6 o'clock on the dot to stick her finger. She had to stick her finger before she ate breakfast. Then she had to figure out how much insulin to inject in herself before she ate breakfast. Then she ate breakfast. If she was still hungry when she got done, she was screwed because she had to count her carbs and count her protein and everything else to before every meal. I made spaghetti and meatballs and stuff one day last week, and the wife came home from work, and I thought I'd done a good job. I made homemade garlic bread, made spaghetti and meatballs, and then she told me, "Oh, you've not cooked since Ash became realized she was diabetic, so you have to count the weight of the pasta before it's cooked." So after working all day, while I was out of the kitchen trying to not pout because I'm a bad father, she's out there weighing out dry pasta and boiling hers and then scooping meatballs and spaghetti sauce out of the spaghetti to put into Ash's so everything's figured out right. So, yeah, thank God though, pasta is the only thing you have to measure pre-cooked when it for weight. Everything else, all you need to know is the ingredients to know how many carbs to add up, to know how much insulin to inject with yourself. So I thought being a type 2 diabetic was hard. You know, it's nothing compared to type 1. But to my amazement, she has been a trooper through this entire ordeal. She is sticking to it, regardless of how little she likes it. She is sticking to it, and she's been a champ, man. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And that's what the wife was explaining to me. You see, I was not on a variable insulin when I injected myself with insulin before I just, changed my diet and and continued to keep my sugar down in a healthy range. Um, I never adjusted the amount of insulin I had to eat or take, and so I didn't even think about it with her when I made the spaghetti and meatballs and stuff. I just figured, you know, we'd weigh it, we'd figure out the carb content in it between the spaghetti sauce and the spaghetti and the garlic bread, and everything would be fine. But I never had to pre-measure my stuff. It was the amount of prepared food, not the amount. Um, oh yeah, she adjusts the amount every meal. She might have um, she might have a hamburger that has 17 grams of carbs in the bun, and that's it. Maybe she'll have 10 or 15 French fries. So she'll add in how much carbs are in a small French fry or something, and she'll adjust her insulin. The next meal, she might have, you know, spaghetti and have to crank up the amount of insulin she injects in herself. So yeah, she funny foods affect me differently from one day to the next. Yeah, exactly. It's hilarious. That's yeah, it's weird. It's very very weird. There it goes. And me, I just eat a lot less than I ever did. Even though it's, wintertime's coming on and we all put on a little bit of weight in the wintertime. I'm not looking forward to that because that means that I'm going to pack on a little bit of weight and my numbers are going to start going up. It's a non ending game, that's for sure. But I also found out, and I was really lucky to find this out, my boss's wife is diabetic. And her doctor put her on a keto diet, not a diabetic diet, a keto diet. And so any keto foods that you can find in the store works well for diabetics. See, that's something that got me with these different doctors and stuff. Is you go to one doctor and he has a dietitian and she gives you a list of things you can and can't or are and aren't supposed to eat and the amounts. You go to this doctor and he has a dietitian, they give you a totally different list of these things. And yet you go to a third doctor and their dietitian gives you a totally different list of things with different amounts. Wouldn't it all be the same? I mean, one doctor says don't eat this, but or one dietitian says don't eat this, but the next one says it's okay to eat X amount of this, and then you go to another one and they say, well, don't eat this instead, but that was on my first list of things I can't eat. What? Avoid simple carbs and reduce complex carbs. Yeah, see, that's their big thing with her is, you know, don't eat fast burning carbs, but it's okay to eat slow burning carbs. And it's like, and there are good carbs and there are bad carbs. She's 16 years old. How the hell does she know the difference between a good carb and a bad carb? But anyway, it's that time, y'all. It is 1 minute after 10 here. It is time for me to be like a fat baby and head out. So I hope you guys all weather the storms that are moving across the country right now. Like I said, keep those folks in Oklahoma area and down in Texas and stuff, Illinois, Michigan, etc., in your prayers and your thoughts. It's time for me to go spend some time with my girl and learn how to stomach anime. Yeah. But I'm outie. We will see you guys next Monday morning, 8 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And hopefully by then, something really cool happens in this world. So we got more to talk about. But until then, take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. God bless you. God love you. I do. We'll catch y'all later. Have a good day, y'all.